Well, today we have a new radio on the workbench. It's a basket case, I think. If it wasn't for the horse statue being broken, I think this thing is totally repairable. I don't know about, how nice it's going to look. If the horse was okay. The dials have a little bit of issue. You can't read them that well. The dials aren't all that great. They might clean up, might be able to just take them apart and clean them. They might just need to be cleaned, but it kind of looks like a decal that's on the outside of it, and it's screwy. See how that kind of moves? I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know if there's any repair in that. And the same thing for the other end. Let's get a look in here at this one. Oh, where's my tool? Everything's never where I need it. It's never in my hand. There we go. Let's put that back over here. So you can see it's really faded. Not looking very nice, but you can kind of see that it's, like right here, it's bubbling. I might be able to glue that back down, inject some glue underneath there. But I don't know about cleaning this. It's pretty screwy. And this radio has some major problems, it looks like to me. I mean, just with the horse alone. Just the horse alone is going to be a problem. I don't know if I can fix that. I don't even know what it's made out of. I have no idea what that's made out of. As grainy as that is, I'm thinking pot metal, but it's heavy. Pot metal is really light. So I'm not sure what this is. It's real grainy though. If it's bronze, it's the wrong color for bronze because that's gray in there. I'm not sure. It looks like somebody tried repairing it with some brown epoxy or something here. This guy's got some major issues. This is a pretty rare, not that it's like sought after or anything, but I don't think they made a whole bunch of these. So I don't think, find another junker that the statue's okay on, but there's something wrong with the radio part and make the two one. I would love to find something like that, but from what I've read about these they use this base on two other radios. This is made by Global Electronics around 1948, and this one's the model 559. They made a 558, and it had a clock that sat up here. It had a clock. The 558 had a clock, and there was another one they called the tire radio, and it was made for, I think, General Tire Company, and it was a promotional radio that had a tire. Had this base, but it had a tire, and then the 559 had the horse. And he's heavy. He's a heavy horse. So it could be some sort of metal. I'm not sure. I don't have the facilities to do some major welding. If it's pot metal, they make some solder stuff that I've seen that you can use a propane torch on. I have a propane torch. I could do that. That's not a problem. You would have to duplicate this base holes and screw these feet down to hold it, to hold them in place so they're in the right spot. You couldn't do it on top of this. You would have to make it out of something that would be fire retardant or a sacrificial piece of wood that you could screw the horse down to and then do one leg at a time. But there's another major issue. There's a chunk of this leg that's missing. And I'll put the horse up on here. I will widen the shot a little bit further. I guess that's as wide as it gets, huh? Raise it up just a little bit. And we'll put the horsey up here. So, no, that doesn't look too bad there, right? Until you go to put this in. There's a major piece of the other back leg missing. So there's a big chunk back there missing on that back leg. I don't want to let go of this unless I absolutely have to. So, not sure what I'm going to do here. I guess the first thing to do is to make, because it would be kind of worthless to just have this as a horse sitting on a block of wood if the radio didn't work, in my opinion. A guy would want the radio to work, you know. It's a pretty neat, compact little tube radio. You can see the tubes in there. It looks like all the tubes are in it, and it's got a really nice wood base. It's kind of weird that they put a knot in the middle of this, but I mean, this looks like walnut. I'm not sure what kind of wood it is, but it kind of looks like walnut to me. It's kind of neat. There's a chunk of wax right here, so one of the capacitors is getting hot, probably across the line capacitor. Let's see if we can get a little bit better look in there on that. Yeah. So we'll have to check to make sure there's any major components that aren't bad in here, I guess, to start with. My other thought was, if I can't fix the horse, that we put something else on here. We find something else that might fit up here. I'm not sure what to do at this point. I'm gonna have to do some research and try and figure out. I gotta try and figure out what kind of metal this is, because you build it up and then you would have to sculpt it with a die grinder. You know, this whole missing piece here. And where's the antenna? I don't see any wires sticking out anywhere. There might be something up in there as an antenna, a coil, but I doubt it. The speaker's sitting in the center, so the antenna would have to be over here. And I'm not seeing anything. So I'm imagining it'd be pretty weird if that horse was the antenna. That would be very unique if that horse was the antenna. But then how did the clock work? Right? Or the radio, or the tire? Were they the antennas? I think this was designed to sit on somebody's desk in their office, right? Surprised it doesn't have pin holders. It's pretty neat little radio. I mean, it seems pretty solid, like it's made out of, you know, solid wood. They spent some time making joinery, you know, I mean, the switches all sound like they work. I mean, that sounds pretty solid to me. That's the on-off here. They're thumb dials. That's our volume. And it's got the same issue, the decal's coming off of it too. So this thing was probably stored in a moist place after, you know, look at that. This just makes me sad. I'm assuming that this was stored in a moist place at some point, you know, when it was taken out of service for whatever reason. It looks like it has the original power cord on it. That looks like the original deal right there to me. I could be wrong. This could be a replacement cord. If it is, it was done I mean, it's still pliable, but it's starting to get brittle, I could tell. But it's 1948. I mean, that seems like the right... That seems like the right thing. It's missing its little cover right here. A little piece of paper that would... cardboard or whatever. That would cover it and insulate it. I mean, the cord's not in too bad a shape. So, to test it wouldn't be that big a deal. Pull it apart. Make sure... You know, clip the across the line or to the chassis capacitor, and then make sure the electrolytic's all right. I'm gonna have to do some research on this. This might be a basket case, but then again, we could put something else on top of it. Maybe a pin set, a couple of pins, and it could be a desk radio. I don't know. Maybe if a guy could find an old clock and put on here, I'm not sure. I'll have to think about this. See how far I want to take this. Yeah, doesn't look, I don't know. This might be beyond my skill set where I'm at right now. I think if I had a shop with the right welding setup, maybe acetylene torches, I don't know. I have to figure out what kind of metal it is first. Man, that's heavy. I can't believe how heavy that is. Pot metal is light. I know pot metal's light. So this has got to weigh close to 2 ounces. I wonder if it's magnetic. Do I have a... Yeah, I got a magnet right here. This is one of those sticker magnets, and it's not. It's non-magnetic. So it could be bronze. I know bronze is heavy, but I didn't know bronze had a gray color to it. All the bronze we used to do bronze wear pads on booms that I used to work on, you know, take booms apart, and they used to use bronze wear pads in them, and they were the same color all the way through, that coppery orange color, kind of like this right here, all the way through. I'm not sure what this is made out of. All right, until next time.